So I can't believe it's been 7 years since Andy and I designed and made our first analog rotary DJ mixer and called it Radius. That was back in November 2016. I remember it so fondly. To celebrate 15 years of MasterSounds now, it's time to move Radius forwards into a Mark II model, which is what we have here. So the Radius 2 Mark II and Radius 4 Mark II, typifying the sonic sensibilities of MasterSounds. Our esoteric principles of sound and simplicity are at the fore with the new Radius Mark II. But we've listened and we've moved the feature set forwards to give more playability and an improvement in the sonic signature of our open, natural, dynamic and transparent sound signature with high headroom and low distortion. So the mixer keeps its fundamentals of being an esoteric and unique product, but takes it forwards into 2023 with its new, upgraded and wonderful feature set. So the Mark II Radius 2 and 4 is the same size as the Mark I version. So the size is really important because on the Radius 2, it's compact, it's so portable. It's just what we say is a portable powerhouse. There's so much fidelity that comes out of it. And the same with the Radius 4, slightly larger in its size, the same width, but it's got 2 extra channels and 2 mic inputs. Obviously that then gives 4 turntable inputs and 4 line inputs, whereas the Radius is 2 lines and 2 phonos. So if it's say 2 CDJs or 2 turntables, you put both in and just switch between on the switchable buttons. So the feature set of Radius, we've changed it, we've listened and we've moved it forwards. The initial feature set, which is what I wanted to create, was such a stripped back, minimal feature set with components that are of great quality and the mixer sound being unreal really. On the new feature set, we've improved the sound, but we've also changed the feature set. So what you'll see is the largest change is a 4-band isolator over the top of both Radius 2 and 4. Now this is such a significant change because it gives totally unrivaled playability within the mixer. So you've got your sub, your low, your mid and your high frequencies. But not only that, at the touch of a button, you can change the 4-way isolator to 3-way. So that gives a different feel. It gives a different understanding of how to shape the sound. It's almost like you've got 2 isolators in one, which is quite unreal really. Now going down on the feature set, you've got your traditional auxiliary controls. For customers who are using send and return guitar pedals or things like that, and not our MasterSounds effects unit, we've put a separate return channel on, which is significant because you can dial up both your auxiliaries and use the return to control that return back into the mixer. So that gives unrivaled control now on the Radius 2 and Radius 4. The high-pass filter, which was such an amazing transformation of what we did back in 2016 on the original Radius. We've kept the high-pass filter, but we've moved that forwards. When we put out the Mark II version of our flagship mixer, the Valve, a couple of months ago now, back in summer 2023, we changed the high-pass filter to add a VariableQ high-pass filter. With the original Radius, the high-pass filter is very natural. When you're mixing on filters, you don't want any Q or any analog resonance to come in because the mix will sound filtered. So we've done this and we've kept the natural feel of the original Radius's high-pass filter till around 11 o'clock. But then after that, we've added the Q of the Valve filter, so the VariableQ. And what that does is, from 15 Hz to 1.5K, it gives an analog resonance to the feel of the filter, but it still enables you to mix, so it feels very natural. Now I've changed the Q buttons, so they're slightly smaller and more compact because we've put more features in. Amazing little Q button, works fantastic. And coming down into the section of the mixer now for the headphones. A lot of people have asked for this, and we've got you. We've added the Ad Mix from the Valve, so you can now listen to both your mixed record and your house record in the Ad Mix in stereo. We've still got a split Q, which splits to mono in both ears and splits the VU meters, the left EQ and the right the mix. So if you want to do that, that's fantastic. When I've been DJing throughout the years, I mean I've been DJing now for 30 years, I've been touring, so I've always used, obviously, headphones. And the amount of times that I've forgotten a jack, a 1/4-inch jack, has been more times than I can't remember. So we decided to add a mini jack onto the headphone section and obviously the 1/4-inch jack. So today I'm just using the mini jack. So going back over, we've added 4 bands of isolation on the top, beautifully spaced, obviously with a 3-band button to press. So it completely changes the way that you can play isolation. We've changed the high pass filter, so it's still natural, but adds the variable Q as you go through the frequency range from 15 to 1.5K. We've added small, compact, beautiful Q switches. We've added a return channel, so on your auxiliaries, if you're using a guitar pedal or a separate effects unit to MasterSounds effects, we've got you there. You can control that more. We've added the add mix, which is so important for a lot of you out there, which wasn't on the original Radius. We've also added 2 headphone ports, which is amazing. And we've also increased the fidelity of the sound. Through what we've learned through Valve, we've brought it into Radius. So all in all, a complete Mark II, beautiful, open, dynamic, transparent, handmade in England, analog rotary DJ mixer.